So as I've been making America great again, I've been having some issues with a very small, very weak, and frankly nastier than I thought neighbor to the north of our great country. And of course, I'm talking about Canada. Now, we always had a great relationship. I always had Canada Dry at the bars of my properties. And I thought, look at that, that's sort of a peace offering. And, some people have speculated that uh, when both my super sexy hot daughter Ivanka, and I say that as a father, and my very sexy foreigner wife Melatonin were looking at Justin Trudeau, they were moist. People have used that nasty word to describe their undergarments, and it's not true. In fact, both of them afterwards specifically went up to me and said, Daddy, and Melania said, Sir, because, she's foreign, so she has to call me Sir. And they said, you are so much more handsome than that unhandsome prime minister. And, I didn't even have to prompt them. I mean, I threw something at the wall and said, that son of a bitch isn't that handsome. And then they spontaneously just said that with no prompting. But with our great relationship and how nice I've been to Canada, I generously offered them a chance to be the 51st state, okay? And I could have offered them the 69th state, which that's what Elon Musk wanted me to do because it's very funny. But I said, no, let's give them the respect of being the next state. And we could take it. We could take Canada if we want. And we're being nice about it, and we're just simply waging a beautiful, nice, friendly economic war on their products. And it's just they haven't said sorry, they haven't said thank you, they haven't said any nice words to me. So because I am the bigger person and the nicer person and the stronger person, I will be appearing in Toronto, which is like, I don't know what that is. Is that your New York? Is that Canada's New York? It's obviously, I mean, New York is a hellhole, but Toronto probably feels like a suburb compared to our once great city of New York, which we will make great again. But I will be appearing in Toronto on April 9th at a club called Yuk Yuks in Toronto. And I think they meant it as like a laugh, like yuck yuck, like it's an old laugh. But actually, I think it means like puke, like yuck, like I'm disgusted. And that's how I feel having to go to Canada to speak to. There's no other state where I have to go speak to the people, and you're not even a state. You wish you could be a state. So I am going to speak to the crowd. They say the tickets are selling fast. Even the people who hate me, they've got to show up and they've got to, because they secretly love me. But we are going to tour. I'm going to speak to the people. Of course, I get to speak first. And then I'm going to take questions and complaints and whines and all sorts of nasty remarks from the people of Toronto, and I will school them and make them grateful that I'm even talking to them. So April 9th, 8 p.m., that's Canada time in Toronto. I don't know if it's a different, I think it's a different, it's Toronto time. I don't know if you're in whatever the hell the time is in Toronto, but 8 p.m., April 9th at Yuk Yuks in Toronto. The greatest president in the history of the world talking to, I guess, an okay city in Canada. So you're welcome in advance. Bye-bye.